if you come out with anything from this class, is change your viewpoint from it's not gonna happen to me to it can happen to me. So I don't want you to be paranoid and leave here thinking it's gonna happen to me, but I also don't want you leaving here saying it's not gonna happen to me because, and Ray will get into his background. I can tell you probably about 99% of the victims who I interviewed didn't see it coming and didn't think that they were gonna be the ones that it was gonna happen to. When I say what's the best fight, what's the best fight?
When you don't get into it.
Exactly. So just like the best situation is the situation you didn't get into because you saw it coming or you avoided it altogether.
Thank you for your service too.
And a guitar dance.
It's not true unless we see it.
Mark, can you up that? You tap dance too?
Oh, yeah, no, I can't top their careers, so it's not exciting.
So we're gonna go on today and hopefully that we can make you realize that that inner gift, that gift of fear, or that gift of something's wrong, is something we should pay attention to.
Yeah, I'm the referee, okay? We've been in classes where we started talking about how to take out zombies and what's the best type of taco and how we should eat it, and like that's not.
Your car is familiar to you? That's your office, kind of, right?
It's a carcass.
I'm sorry?
It's a carcass.
It's a carcass?
Carcass.
I tell a story coming back last year from the Cape. My wife wanted to grab some food for my son for lunch for the next day on Monday. She went inside. I was in the truck. He's complaining he was hungry. I said, stay here, lock the doors, keep it running. I'm going inside, I'll get something to eat, I'll be right back. I go inside, I come back, I'm coming up the aisle between all the vehicles, and here comes this dude, throws on a winter coat, puts on a fur hood, and throws on winter gloves, and he's walking right towards me. What doesn't fit? It's 105 July. I feel so much better when I ignore reality. How many people know people like that? You might say, yeah, I'm one of them. Like, oh, you know, and they just ignore reality. And those are the ones that are standing there like in shock, or like, oh, that guy's getting stabbed to death. Let me get this. It's going to be so many likes.
No, I'm sorry. You know what? If I walked in here and he's holding an axe, like I'm gonna say, like, hey, what the hell's up with Emilio? So don't let yourself fall into that normalcy bias. When that radar starts going off, you listen to it.
What does Mike Tyson say? Everyone has a what?
Plan until they get punched in the face.
Plan A till they get punched in the face. I have an instructor friend of mine who has a rental piece of property that belonged to his wife at the time. And he was driving by, and he's an instructor, firearms instructor, and he's carrying a gun, and notices that there were squatters in the house, the rental property. So he didn't go in the house. Why?
Because it's smart.
Right. Why would he want to get into a confrontation? It's not his job. Like, yeah, he could probably be skilled with a firearm, but you're not going to go in his house when you know there's somebody in there that doesn't belong in there. You call the police and let them handle it.
I bring up the example of the watering hole in Africa. So you got the gazelle here, and here's where the water is. Where do you think the predator's hanging out?
In the water.
In between.
Nope.
Behind them.
Oh, behind.
Nope. So you're the gazelle, here's the watering hole. I'm right here. Because I know he's got to go to the water.
Oh, I thought the
Right.
alligator was in the water.
Well, that's another predator.
And I don't want to be crude, but this is the reality of it. We had one name for the second location, and that was a crime scene. All right, nothing good ever comes from it. So if anybody tries to take you to a second location, that fight is right where you're at.
Our saying is you fight like you're the third monkey on the ramp of Noah's Ark and it's starting to rain.
Watch those hands, I said it before, right? The eyes are the window to the soul, but it's the hands that are gonna kill you. Nobody has the right to touch you, right? And if somebody's trying to touch you, you gotta get verbal. And we don't mean to be crude, but again, it's that whole thing, if you look like food, you're gonna get eaten.
But you know what I'm saying? Like there's times when you're gonna, that alarm's gonna go off, like why is this guy like right when he's really close, like, you know, Seinfeld, close talkers or something.
We're great friends, and this feels uncomfortable for all of us. When we're in tight and we're showing this stuff,
We're not supposed to be this close.
it's uncomfortable for us to do that.
Because our training is we don't let people that.
And people will do that all the time. Go, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Yeah.
No, dude, sorry.
Best defense for that, men, is just drop your pants. I see there's not a guy in here that would want to roll around with you on the ground without pants.
Put a mouthpiece in and say, let's get this on.
I said I was a victim of a crime. I was held up at knife point as a kid. I grew up in a blue collar community, and got held up. Was that really a random act? To me, it felt random. I never ever been held up at knife point before, right? To the two guys that did it, that wasn't a random act.
So the reason why we have this inner fear, or the gift of fear, is real. It's not fake, we're not making it up. It's that, holy crap, that's a snake. Not, that's a stick. And then you get bit, and you don't get to procreate, pass on that gene, you're out. Right? So it's selective. But the ones who can trust their gut and trust the things that can hurt them, survive. I could send a group of people, like, these are all contractors, or these are all home inspectors. If they call me, send them right to voicemail. Or block them.
Is that why I always go?
Yes. So we're saying all this, so maybe you're thinking a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And that gut feeling that you were feeling is what we talked about all night.
Especially like even when I get I project in my voice. Hello.
Yeah.
Anybody? All right, locking up.
Dude, you're a big dude, right?
Yeah, it's like-
And still, right? So
Like, why didn't he answer me the first time?
what's he doing down there, right? So how many people would go down there and see what he's doing down there?
Right.
Now you're down in the dungeon, right? Like, next thing you know, you're changing the rafters. The Silence of the Lambs, right? Like, or something like that.